Forget everything you think you know about attraction. Seriously, you've been lied to. You've been chasing the wrong things: the perfect jawline, the biggest bank account, the sweet talking romance. But let me tell you the truth: women don't sleep with the most handsome man, or the richest, or even the one they claim to love. What truly drives her is hidden. It's ancient. It's instinctive. And it's absolutely shocking once you understand it. You've seen it happen. You've seen beautiful, high-value women fall for ordinary men and wondered why. You've watched loyalty vanish overnight and couldn't explain the sudden coldness. The answer isn't a lack of romance. Gentlemen, it's psychology. We here at Stoic Manhood Guide are pulling back the curtain. If you can grasp the 4 hidden laws that govern female desire, you will never chase a woman again, because she will be chasing you. This isn't about tricks. This is about power. Your power. Let's start the change. A. Refuting the lie, the myth of looks and money. We just tore down the old assumptions, but now, let's go deeper into the wound. Why do some men attract women effortlessly, while others, despite their best efforts? New clothes, better jobs, endless gym time. Can't even secure a second date. You've probably told yourself the easy answer: it's looks. It's money. It's pure dumb luck. That's the comforting lie you let yourself believe to avoid confronting the real challenge. But deep down, you already know that's not the full story. If it were, every model or millionaire would have his pick of women, and they'd all be miserable. Yet, you've seen women walk past men who have everything: status, success, charisma, and fall head over heels for someone completely ordinary. You've seen her ignore the guy who texts her sweet, desperate words and chase the one who says almost nothing. And you've probably asked yourself, with a rising feeling of confusion, what is she seeing that I can't? She isn't seeing anything, gentlemen. She's feeling something. Be the hard truth. Attraction is physiological. Here's the truth most men can't stomach. The reality that cuts against the grain of every common pickup manual ever written. Women don't choose men for the same reasons men choose women. You are attracted to what you see: physical beauty, surface level traits, achievements. She is attracted to what she feels in her body when you are around. And what she feels isn't excitement or sparks. It's safety. It's emotional safety. Psychological safety. It is the quiet, unshakable confidence that her world won't collapse if she lets you in. That's what her ancient instincts are built to find. See the survival instinct. Rewired for the modern world for thousands of years, a woman's survival depended on reading danger faster than her conscious brain could process it. Her body was wired to sense the stability of her provider, her protector, the anchor of her future. That wiring didn't disappear. It just changed shape. A man might look strong. He might have the physique of a warrior. But if she senses volatility, snapping under pressure, unpredictable moods, fragile ego masked by false confidence, her instincts mark him as unsafe. No matter how handsome his face, how thick his wallet, something deep in her body whispers, "Don't trust this one. He's a threat to my peace." But when she meets a man who is grounded, who listens without constantly trying to prove himself, right? Who moves like he knows his inherent worth, her defenses drop. She starts to breathe differently around him. Her shoulders relax. Her laughter sounds lighter. It's not because he's perfect. It's because her nervous system reads him as stable. D. The paradox of real attraction: peace, not adrenaline. Most men are chasing the high of attraction. They want sparks, chemistry, fireworks, the adrenaline rush of the chase. They confuse a momentary hit of excitement with lasting desire. But here is the profound irony that separates boys from men: real attraction, the kind that lasts, isn't about adrenaline. It's about peace. The man who can give her peace in a chaotic world becomes the man she can't stop thinking about. You think she's chasing excitement, but what she's actually chasing is protection disguised as passion. It's safety wrapped in desire. It is the calm, unwavering presence that allows her to stop performing, stop guarding, and simply feel. That's why flashy gestures fail. That's why witty pickup lines fade. Because women aren't consciously choosing the man who impresses them. They are subconsciously surrendering to the man who steadies them. Her conscious mind can't explain it, but her biology always knows. Attraction for her is not a choice. It is a physiological response to how safe she feels in your energy. The strategy of subtraction. Removing the chaos, and here is the precise point where most men lose without even realizing they've entered the game wrong. They try to become more attractive by adding layers. Better clothes, more money, more charm, more performance. They focus on doing more. But what actually draws women in is subtraction. The genuine master of attraction is constantly removing chaos from his own life, removing insecurity from his reactions, removing the desperate need to prove his worth. When you strip away the noise, the performance, the insecurity, the external validation hunting, what is left is presence. A man who is simply present in his own skin. And presence is the one thing her instincts can't fake or resist. The transition to mastery. The 4 hidden signals every woman you will ever meet is subconsciously scanning for 4 invisible signals. These aren't tricks. They aren't lines. They are not about being nice. They are psychological laws built into her survival code. Miss even one of them, and she will never fully trust you. Master them. And she won't just notice you. She will feel you. You can spend your whole life chasing women, or you can learn the 4 hidden laws that make women chase you. Once you understand them, everything about attraction starts making perfect sense, and everything about your relationships changes forever. We begin with the most crucial law, the gatekeeper to everything else, emotional safety. Every man thinks he can win a woman through attraction. Few understand that attraction is only the door, it is not the key. The key is what we just discussed, emotional safety and internal mastery. Now, let's unlock the 4 invisible signals your presence sends out, which determine whether she stays or leaves. Law 1. Emotional safety. The gatekeeper here is the harsh truth. If a woman doesn't feel safe with you, she will never fully desire you. Safety isn't something you tell her she has, it's something she feels in her body when she's around you. It's the invisible signal that says, I can be myself here. When she senses that profound, non-judgmental acceptance, her defenses lower, her guard softens. But the moment she feels judged, dismissed, or misunderstood, she instantly shuts down. And once she does, no amount of charm or persuasion will reopen that door. Most men don't realize how fragile that space is. You think teasing her is playful, but sometimes it cuts deeper than you know. You think sarcasm makes you witty, but to her, it can sound like rejection. You think being right in an argument makes you powerful, but to her, it feels like danger. Why? Because to a woman, danger doesn't always look like violence. It looks like emotional chaos. The unpredictable man whose mood flips without warning, who uses silence as punishment, or humor as a weapon. Here's where the paradox hits: a man can be confident, dominant, and still make her feel unsafe. It's not about physical power, it's about control. Control over your tone, your reactions, your own energy. She needs to know she can express herself without being attacked for it. That's the quiet difference between being a nice guy, which is a performance, and being emotionally grounded, which is embodiment. Safety isn't about being soft, it's about being steady. It's the man who listens without trying to fix, who doesn't weaponize her emotions against her, who can hold space for her storm without losing himself in it. When a woman feels emotionally safe, something biological happens. Her cortisol stress hormone drops, her oxytocin bonding hormone rises. Her body associates your presence with relief, not tension. That's the chemistry of trust. And trust is the bridge between emotional connection and physical intimacy. You can't fake that kind of safety. It's built through consistency, tone, and how you react when she is vulnerable. Every time you stay calm instead of defensive, you are proving to her subconscious, I am not a threat. That's when her attraction grows, not from adrenaline, but from peace. If she doesn't feel safe with you emotionally, her body will never open to you physically. That's not rejection, that's biology. That's the gatekeeper. Law 20. Consistency, the daily rent. Every woman craves one thing more than love: certainty. And that's what most men fail to give her. You can have charm, ambition, even emotional intelligence, but if your actions don't line up with your words, she'll never trust you. And when trust dies, attraction dies right behind it. Consistency isn't sexy at first glance. It's not flashy. But it's what keeps attention once the thrill of the chase fades. When a woman starts to open up to you, she's watching one thing above all: are you predictable in your strength? Or do you crumble when things get hard? Men often treat attraction like a sprint. They run fast at the start, then coast when they think they've won her. But that's exactly when she starts noticing the cracks. You say you'll call, but you don't. You promise you're serious, but your effort disappears once you get what you want. Every inconsistency, no matter how small, whispers one thing to her instincts: I can't rely on him. For a woman, inconsistency isn't just disappointing, it's threatening. Her instincts evolved to detect instability as danger. Inconsistency equals uncertainty, and uncertainty triggers withdrawal. She might not say it, but her body starts to retreat. She becomes colder, distant, less affectionate. She didn't change. She adapted. She adjusted to the emotional chaos you showed her. Here's the reality most men can't face. Attraction is rented, and the rent is due every day. The moment you stop investing, the moment your actions no longer match your words, her instincts start scanning for better ground, not because she's unfaithful, but because she's wired to survive emotional inconsistency. Mastering reliability means being the man whose word carries weight, whose energy stays calm, whose presence is predictable in the best way possible. When she reaches for you, she needs to know you'll still be there, steady, grounded, aligned. Trust is the oxygen of attraction. Without it, everything suffocates. Law 30, composure the anchor in the storm. Every man looks confident until life tests him. That's when the mask slips. That's when she sees who you really are. And here's the truth. A woman doesn't fall for how you act when things are easy. She falls for how you handle pressure. Every woman you've been with has tested your composure. Not because she's cruel or manipulative, but because deep down, she needs to know, can you stay grounded when everything shakes? When she argues, when she challenges you, when she creates tension, she's unconsciously measuring your stability. She wants to see your ability to stay centered while she spins. The paradox. Most men think they lose attraction when they stay calm. They fear appearing cold, so they match her energy. She raises her voice, they raise theirs. They think they're fighting for love, but in her eyes, they've already lost. Because when a man loses composure, she loses trust. Composure isn't silence. It's dominance under control. It's the energy of a man who could explode but chooses not to. The man who doesn't need to prove power because he embodies it. When she sees that, the part of her that fears chaos suddenly feels safe. Your attraction deepens, not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't do. You don't need to fix her. You don't need to defend yourself. You just stay grounded in your truth. That stillness tells her everything. This man won't collapse when things get hard. The calmer you stay, the faster her emotions settle. You become the anchor. And an anchored man is irresistible. A woman doesn't follow the loudest man. She follows the calmest one. The one whose presence says, I've got this, even when you don't. When you can hold your peace in her chaos, she'll trust you with her vulnerability. Attraction stops being a choice. It becomes instinct. Law 14, respecting boundaries. Mastered restraint. Every man wants to be desired. Few understand that the fastest way to kill desire is to ignore her boundaries. Most men mistake pressure for passion. They chase, they insist, they prove. And in doing so, they teach her one thing: you need her more than you need your own self-respect. A woman doesn't lose interest because you didn't chase hard enough. She loses interest because you chase too far. Every time you cross a line she's drawn, she sees desperation. And desperation is the opposite of strength. It is a repellent. Respecting boundaries isn't about being passive. It's about showing restraint. The quiet confidence that says, I want you, but I don't need you. When a woman says no, verbally or through her body language, she's not rejecting your worth. She's protecting her sense of safety. The men who argue, negotiate, or manipulate that boundary appear insecure. The man who honors it communicates power without saying a word. Why? Because self-control is rare. And what's rare becomes magnetic. The man who pressures her loses her. The man who respects her, no, often becomes the man she wants, because respect creates safety, and safety creates desire. True dominance is control over self. When you can hear no and still remain calm, grounded, and unshaken, you're telling her, I am in command of my desire. That's intoxicating. When she realizes her usual tricks don't work on you, that she can't bend you, that she can't manipulate your emotions, she starts admiring and respecting you. Once respect enters the room, desire follows right behind it. This is the final law, because a man who respects boundaries doesn't need to take control. He already has it. Now, you know what truly drives women. It's not attraction in the way you've been told. It's not money, looks, or clever words. It's something deeper. The 4 laws written into her psychology: emotional safety, consistency, composure, and respect for boundaries. These are the signals her instincts are scanning for before she ever decides to trust you. They aren't tricks, they are alignment. When a man embodies these 4 laws, he stops chasing connection and starts commanding it. She senses it before you say a word. She leans in not because you performed for her, but because your energy told her. This man is safe, steady, and sovereign. But attraction isn't built by trying harder, it's built by being grounded. The men who win in love aren't the ones who hustle for approval. They're the ones who've mastered themselves. Women don't give themselves to the man who loves them most. They give themselves to the man they trust most. So, stop asking how to attract women and start asking how to master yourself. Start today. Build safety, stay consistent. Hold your composure. Respect her boundaries, do that. And you'll never have to chase again. You'll attract, you'll lead, you'll command. If this opened your eyes to your true power, subscribe to Stoic Manhood Guide, because this isn't just another channel. It's your awakening.